It's the apocalypse, end of days, the judgment day, the end of the world, my friend. The Mayans knew about it, the Hopis, the I Ching, the Bible.
The world held its breath just an hour ago when well-known prophet Wallnau shockingly declared, "The end times are almost here." Wallnau described the world as being on the verge of apocalypse in a voice full of conviction and urgency. The question is, how does this affect the human race? Is there any chance of redemption? Globally, churches are undergoing a crucial period of change. There is a need to address the skewed perception of Christ that has crept into our culture, as it has changed the image of Jesus from a powerful being to a woke character who doesn't seem to fit the original purpose and nature of Jesus. This new interpretation has changed the image of Jesus from a powerful authoritative figure to a woke character who doesn't seem to fit the original purpose and nature of Jesus. Lance has exposed hidden secrets on biblical prophecy and spiritual warfare. He said that we are now coming into the church kingdom focus, where heaven is coming to earth, but many members of the body of Christ have focused solely on the spiritual, ignoring the physical. The spirit of religion has operated in the church up until now, emasculating our callings. Wallnau says it's time for reformation. The church needs to go beyond prayer and engage in reformation in order to see true national transformation. Following everything going on in the world right now, it's hard to avoid thinking that the Lord might make a quick return. Even when we are doing our best to hold on to the faith, some people don't think it's enough. They're buying guns and ammunition, moving to remote areas of the mountains or desert, selling their homes, stockpiling food, the list goes on. But is this right? The Bible makes it quite evident that we should exercise caution. However, it also teaches that nobody can definitively declare that we are in the end times. Jesus stated again and again that no one can tell the day or time of his coming. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Matthew 24:36. Indeed, there are a lot of things going on in the world right now that could be seen as omens of the end time. But has there ever been a time in world history when this hasn't been the case? Imagine what it must have been like to be a believer in Rome under the reigns of Domitian, Nero, or Caligula, to stand in the lion's den, the arena, or the stake in defense of your faith. What do you think the Christians of those times were thinking? However, let's pretend for a second that this is the end of the world. How is a Christian expected to react? The Apostle Peter provides us with a clear response to this question. Apostle Peter does not advise believers to take to the hills, develop a fortress mentality, and begin gathering food and weapons. Rather, according to him, the only thing required of end-time Christians is to live holy lives and help others whenever and wherever they can. Numerous prophecies in the Bible put together form what is called the sign that would indicate the end of time. And they asked him, saying, "Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things come to pass?" Luke 21:7. According to Jesus, there will be massive wars all over the world, scarcity of food, pestilences, and outbreaks of terrible diseases. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences, and earthquakes in divers places. Matthew 24:7. And great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. Luke 21:11. Similarly, Revelation 6, verses 4, 5, and 6, predicted the arrival of a horseman who would symbolize chaos, and his job would be to rid the world of peace. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Jesus predicted there would be a rise in lawlessness in the final days, despite the fact that crime has been around for ages, and that most people's love for God would grow cold, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Matthew 24:12. Revelation 11:18 foretold that mankind would be ruining the earth. They would do so in many ways, not only through violent and corrupt actions, but also by bringing harm to the environment. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged. and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldst destroy them which destroy the earth. The Bible predicted that people will generally be unthankful, disloyal, not open to any agreement, slanderers, without self-control, fierce, without love, betrayers, headstrong, and puffed up with pride. Not only that, the Bible predicted that many people would have no natural affection for their family, and that kids would be disobedient to parents. Also, people would be lovers of pleasures rather than lovers of God. The extremes of these mindsets would make the most critical times hard. This also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. 2 Timothy 3, 1-4. The Bible predicted in 2 Timothy 3:5 that although people would seem to worship God, they would not actually live up to his standards, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such, turn away. Daniel predicted that many would learn more about Bible truths, including how to interpret biblical prophecies accurately. I, Nebuchadnezzar, was at rest in mine house, and flourishing in my palace. Daniel 12:4. The good news of the kingdom will be preached in every part of the world, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Matthew 24:14. Jesus predicted that a great number of people would disregard the unmistakable signs of the impending doom. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Matthew 24:37-39. Furthermore, 2 Peter 3:3-4 also predicted that some would entirely reject and mock the proof of the end. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts, and saying, Where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. Jesus declared that not just some, but all of these prophecies would simultaneously come to pass during the final days on earth. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Matthew 24:33. The Bible contains signs of the end time. They explain to us where biblical prophecy stands right. While the exact start of this period is unknown to us, the Bible predicts that most people will be unprepared for it. Thank you for watching. Until next time.